sure that once uranium gets into the soil, that it won't wind up in our groundwater.
Again, depending on what the release mode is, if it's a liquid or if it's anything else, it would either be in the soils or it could get to the groundwater if you have rain coming on top of it.
Okay, what are some consequences of uranium in groundwater?
There are safe drinking water standards for uranium. The NRC can talk a lot more here about actual radiation issues. Uranium has a groundwater standard of 30 parts per billion in water, and we really don't even see that on site. So.
Okay, and one other concern I had, I mean, I don't want to be rude or something, but I mean, I was just looking at your sketch over there about, I mean, since we in this community depend on groundwater for our livelihood, I mean, it seems to me irresponsible for Westinghouse to have that type of setup over there. I mean, look like they should have had 25 or 30 or 50 feet of cement. I mean, it should have been something better than that to assure the community that even if you had a leak, it wouldn't get into the ground, into the soil. I just don't see that. I mean, I'm looking at it and I see the plastic. I mean, obviously something went wrong if it leaked and it went into the ground. I mean, this is 2018. I mean, we should know how to protect
And the
our
public
community,
didn't know for
our
a while.
environment better than that. To me, it seems irresponsible.
And the public didn't know
I
for
mean,
a
that's
while.
just my evaluation.
I appreciate your comment, and I understand, and that was, the point of the discussion is, so the liner that is picked is designed to be resistant to the acid.
Hydrochloric acid.
Yes, the liner material itself is designed to assure that if any of that acid were to get on the liner, it won't eat through the liner. The issue is that we had at some point between March and in the June timeframe, July time, or June when we shut it down, somehow a crack formed in that liner. So to your point, and as what I said earlier, it's not okay to have this kind of leak, okay? It is not okay. Okay, so what we have to do is make sure going forward, because right now that thing's removed, right? And before we put it back, we gotta look at a different way or a better way of ensuring we don't have a defect in that liner going forward. The concrete, I will just tell you, the concrete alone isn't good enough over long periods of time because the acid can eat the concrete.
Right.
Right, okay, so putting thicker concrete wouldn't be the right answer to solve your concern, your appropriate concern. So we have to go look at, is there a newer technology today that we